It's on your website.
Oh, yeah, I guess call Foxwoods. I'm sure. When is it?
It's end of August.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, if you call Foxwood, I'm sure they got something going.
No, they don't. I tried.
I thought you were taking the summer off. I thought that was the plan.
The end of August, I booked something.
Okay.
Yeah, every time you talk to him, well, I did book that.
It's at the very end of August.
Howard, one more thing.
That hardly counts.
It's not even summer.
I get shit for not working, for working. What do you want to do?
You're just catching a lot of shit.
Yeah.
Hey, Howard, I got a request.
Yeah.
Can you play that song that you did about Jerry Seinfeld and the 17-year-old? That's the funniest fucking thing.
Boy, that's old, man.
Yeah, you played it recently. I love that. It's so funny.
Yeah. All right, well, maybe later in the show.
All right, thanks,
Fred,
man.
maybe you'll...
I'll see if I can dig it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was looking at Jerry Seinfeld the other day. He's an old man now. When we
Yeah.
did that song, he was a young pup.
Yeah, it's not as funny now. I mean, Jerry's married, and the 17-year-old's about 30-something
Right.
now.
You got to call your publicist, Howard. Jerry Seinfeld just reminded me. You got to do something to get you off this fucking annoying VH1 show I caught yesterday afternoon.
What's that?
Laying around popping antibiotics. It's called The Fabulous Hampton's Life.
Yeah.
And it's
I
got
saw that, yeah.
It's got like a bad version of Robin Leach, and it's like, you know, everything's like, Paris Hilton bought a watch for 30 grand. You know, and you're like, this is all about the Hamptons. You're like the main centerpiece of it.
Oh,
It's
really?
all Howard?
Oh, it's you and Beth at the airport. It's you.
I didn't see that.
You rented the most expensive rental house in the history of the Hamptons with an aerial view.
Yeah, and that wasn't even true.
It said, well, you know.
You were at that house. That was no grand.
I recognize the house from the...
Yeah, it couldn't have been that expensive.
If I was there?
I mean, it was expensive. No, I'm saying...
I slept very well in that
I'm
house.
saying it couldn't have been that expensive based on what the house was. You know, it wasn't the most expensive. It was expensive, though, but I know what I paid, and what they'd listed in the paper was way more.
Howard liked the house so much, he gave them another 200 grand. To stay a little longer. The king of all media wants his cake to eat it, too.
Does he want to punch that guy?
We gotta get that just because of that crazy guy's delivery.
Oh, I want to cave the side of his face in.
Yeah, when you're doing that, hold him for me so I can punch him a few times. Give him a pink belly.
You owe him a couple of whacks.
Yeah, you hold him down, I'll punch him.
How do you get there? The regular people have to endure traffic, but not Howard and his dog. Howard and his dog, either private jet in or helicopter in. And what
I drive out there.
And what happens when him and his darling Beth want to eat? No drive-through for them. Gourmet cooking delivered right to the door.
Wow.
For an estimated 20 grand. And that's not including the tip, which is an extra 5 grand.
You tip 5 grand?
What a fuck nut.
He really is just like, you know.
Fucking douchebag.
And they show all, like, people in traffic jams, like the poor people, like, oh, it's hot, and we're in traffic
Should
jams.
be beating people.
And there's a shot of you, Beth, and Bianca fucking strolling along.
They should have me stepping on people's heads. Like, you know that scene when they're leaving Vietnam?
Yeah.
50 grand.
Yeah, Howard spent an extra 30 grand just to have a private gate to the pool. And when it's time for Howard to clean his pool, it's chlorine worth 80 grand.
Howard Stern has bottled air flown in from the Himalayas. Flown in especially for him and his dog.
While
he has never breathed American air.
While air is free to the rest of us lowlifes, Howard spends up to 40 grand a bottle.
His giant nostrils are never deprived fresh Himalayan air.
His enormous non-Gentile nose costs an estimated 82 grand. The grand is when you just want to fucking... I watched the whole thing. I mean, I guess...
He paid an extra 200 grand.
And when it's time for Howard and his beloved Beth to party, they don't go to some kegger. They go to P. Diddy's white party, where an estimated 40 grand for the gourmet hors d'oeuvres is spent. And this is a shot of P. Diddy at his white party. But if you want to...
You know what's great about that? The reality is I did one summer go to P. Diddy's...
Like they had a picture of you there.
And I walk in... P. Diddy won't let me use his bathroom. I'm holding it in. They're not allowed in the house because I'm going to, I guess, rob the house.
Sounds fabulous.
So I leave after 15 minutes. I don't even have a drink. And I go to somebody's lawn and piss on it. I pulled over and we both peed on the lawn.
If you want to go to the bathroom at P. Diddy's white party, that'll cost you 15 grand.
Hey, Jetty.
You know, I think they aired this special already, and I thought I had the clip. I'm going to re-pull this one, but I have another one with the same narrator, I think.
Oh, yeah.
It's on JD1 in Orange.
About me?
Yes.
All right. Grand.
And now it's time for another 2006 Splurge All-Star, Howard Stern. This past year, the king of all media was making a record-breaking salary off his Sirius radio show. $1,000 for every 24 seconds he took.
Oh, what happened?
$1,000 for every 24 seconds?
Hey, let's see, I've been on 15 minutes. I just made 20 grand. Hey, how come this thing just...
Did it just cut off?
And now it's time for another salary off his Sirius radio. He talks.
You would have thought I invented the cure for polio, or I just invented cloning.
So you'd better believe he's spending a little. As a show of gratitude to his longtime radio sidekick, Robin Quivers, he bought her a $92,000 SL500 Mercedes.
Grand.
But one measly luxury sedan, Howard was just getting warmed up.
Oh.
He's building a lavish summer home in the Hamptons, the New York beach getaway for stars like Katie Couric and Jerry Seinfeld. The property alone cost Howard $20 million, and he's spending millions more on construction. But Howard couldn't wait.
Well, if I'm making $1,000 a minute, why not?
You gotta spend it. What are you gonna? You can't keep it lying around.
What are you going to get? A shack?
What did he say? $1,000?
Every 24 seconds, he makes $1,000. How do you feel now, you dweebs?
Pieces of shit who watch this show don't make $1,000 all day.
Hey, all you brain surgeons out there, you don't make anything compared to Howard.
All you worthless worms who watch this show are nothing.
You disgusting little maggots.
Stern can't wait till gas goes up $10 a gallon so he can pay 20 grand just to fill up his SUV.
Never before have
luxury sedan.
Never before have the media dangled the lives of celebrities in the people's face more than this era. It's just,
Howard Stern shits in a gold bidet.
So he rented a temporary beach house. This 9-bedroom Hamptons compound that cost him $600,000 for just 3 months. Between the Mercedes and the beach house rental, Stern blew through almost $700,000 in 2006. But come on, with what this guy's making, he's only got to work 6 hours to foot the bill.
And it's remarkable. It's more than I ever expected.
Yeah, this wasn't the one I saw.
And that's why you, Howard Stern, deserve to be one of our jaw-dropping Splurge All-Stars.
You're a Splurge All-Star.
Hey, thank you. Howard Stern spends $40,000 a month on small condoms.
But he only had to work 2 hours to cover the bill.
It's not a magnum for this pencil dick millionaire.
I'll have the stuff from yesterday in about 10 minutes.
All right, thanks, JD. Anxious to hear that. That's funny.
$1,000. Guess who else it's great to be? Brad Pitt.
And Bianca, the pampered pooch who doots on sheets of solid gold for 65 grand a day.
Howard bought a homeless person for 30 grand just for Bianca to shit on.
What a life.
Splurge All-Stars.
What a shithead.
Howard Stern.
I want to fucking shit on his head. How much do I have to splurge to do that?
Where is that guy? They bring him in here.
Who is he?
And you know he's trying to, they figure the Robin Leach formula works, so they hire like Robin Leach Light or something.
Yeah.
And I mean, I got to admit, I kept watching it because I hated him so much. And I was trying to get, like, material.
After I hear that, I hate me.
Well, that's what they're doing, really.
Ron Perlman.
Envy him.
Right, yeah. Ron Perlman throws the party of the summer.
And Stan goes.
Stan.
Stars like Katie Couric.
Katie Couric.
Couric and Jerry Seinfeld.
Katie Couric to celebrate the lowest ratings in the history of news.
Howard Stern spends 12 grand a week on wet wipes to clean his enormous asshole.
But it only took him 2 hours to cover the bill.
His enormous asshole.
That's 15 minutes to him.
I got angry at Beth last night. She went out to this really cool event where you eat dinner and watch James Taylor.
She's out every night.
No. She swears to me she's not.
Well, you're watching this every time you talk to us, she's out.
Well, I bring it up every time she goes. So I make it seem like she's out every night.
Well, there's twice this week, it looks like.
Beth Ostrowski goes to James Taylor dinners while Stern lays in bed beating off.
While Stern sleeps.
While Stern gets ready to make $1,000 every 24 seconds.
Hey, Gary just played me.
Oh, what the hell they're talking about, but it's fun.
Thank God Pharrell isn't my boss. I would have been fired 3 times already.
So after they went to break, Howard, they played a...
Wow.
Chris is out of a job that paid 15 grand a year.
I wish they'd...
Got it together.
All right, Artie, here it is. Here.
I was at her house for a 4th of July party where she told me I'm going off on my boat to Saint-Tropez. So she spent $600,000 for 3 months, and she actually only spent about 8 weeks in the Hamptons. But hey, you can do that when you're an heiress.
But now Little Miss Hamptons has some serious competition from the Baron of...
That's that same fucking asshole.
He does all these shows.
Boob jokes, Howard Stern. Obviously a very important man. While he's building his own dream house on this $20 million plot of land, Howard's been renting. In 2006, he reserved this 10,000-square-foot Southampton home for $600 grand. And in 2006...
Grand.
He's not even British, this guy.
No, he sounds like a New Zealander or an Australian.
Or maybe an asshole.
Or maybe he's faking it.
That's the asshole accent.
Actually upgrading. With this beachfront mega bungalow featuring a spa and tennis court, plus breathtaking views. The price to rent it for a single summer? A record-breaking $800,000.
Howard Stern this year paid the highest for a rental. He loved the house so much that he decided to give him an extra $200,000 to keep
200 grand.
Yeah, that's the one I saw, yeah.
Yeah.
Grand.
That's such a lie. I'm not saying it was cheap, but it wasn't 800 grand with an extra 200 grand.
How do they justify themselves? They just can say, look, legally we can do this because we got this report.
Well, they got somebody to quote them those prices, and then they can go with it.
But they're not disparaging anyone. I mean, it kind of makes me look like a high roller.
Oh, absolutely. That's the whole point of it.
I find that embarrassing.
I was going to say, it makes you look like a ridiculous roller.
Yeah, like I would say, what an asshole spending 800 grand for a rental.
And an extra 200 grand to extend.
Yeah. You know, though, it's so true. These shows ruin me because we had this woman come. She was supposed to, like, she measures all your drawers and stuff. And they, they'll help you organize. Like, they'll put in those little organizing things.
Yeah.
So I said, well, give me an estimate.
200 grand.
22 grand. Oh. I got an estimate to put in like some felt on the, you know what I mean? Like to put some like dividers.
Liners and dividers.
22 grand. I said, no. I said, you must be watching VH1.
And when this guy wants to organize his closet, he doesn't do it any old way. He hires a woman who's an expert to do it for 22 grand.
Yeah. So I said, you know what? I don't need that. 22 grand.
How organized does your closet have to be?
My first 10 years in radio, I didn't make 22 grand. 22 grand. That's what I said to Beth. I said, we got to be very careful. People see us coming.
Well, there's certain people that this show deems like Hampton's royalty. You're one of them. Seinfeld's another. Spielberg, Ron Perlman, P. Diddy.
Ron Perlman's probably worth $7 billion.
Yeah. Well, I was trying, like, just the richest person from show business has got to be Spielberg.
Seinfeld. Spielberg, yeah.
I mean, or Jerry Bruckheimer, quietly. He's got hit movies and TV shows.
Yeah, but nobody would know Bruckheimer. They're not going to make a big deal about Mr. Bruckheimer.
Jerry Bruckheimer spends $5,000 on a haircut for one hair.
The Bruckster.
And there's plenty of people who spend more money and are richer out there, but you don't know who they are.
Right.
So they can't build a TV show on that.
That's what he does, too. He makes up annoying nicknames that these people haven't sanctioned. Right. He just made
Howie enjoys a haircut for 10 grand.
Well, he just
Sturdy McSternmeister goes and gets a $5 grand haircut.
He just called him the Baron of Boob Jobs.
Yeah. While Bethy Beebe Bo, Bethy Wah. And Bianca Bonka.
Oh, gee. For the whole year, his Hamptons rental total investment is $1 million.
It'll be fun.
You bet it'll be fun.
Almost like you're laughing off that much money, like you're talking about that.
The lanky asshole wasted $1 million on a rental.
And while your kids didn't have a winter coat.
He got a osterizer for 50 grand.
What's an osterizer?
I don't know.
See, we don't even know what that is.
Gold-plated osterizer.
He bought a juicer that could feed Chicago's South Side.
An osterizer, isn't that a blender?
No fucking idea.
If you tell me it is, I guess that's when you're rich. It's an osterizer. Poor people have blenders.
No, I've had an osterizer since I was first married. That's what it's called. A blender's called an osterizer, right?
Really?
Osterizer?
I never heard of that.
Yeah.
You're leaving us behind.
An osterizer.
While J.D. Harmeyer, who works for Stern, eats supersized fries for $1.39, Stern dines on Nobu salmon for, get this, a record $5,000 a plate.
Imported sturgeon.
While Richard Christie goes to the Olive Garden, Stern won't have it.
While Stern feasts on the unborn fetus of salmon eggs. While baby salmons die in the belly of the grotesque boobmeister, J.D. Harmeyer eats supersized fries for $1.39.
Stern is responsible for the shortage in beluga.
And while his sidekick is trying to help Eritrea women.
His own staff starves.
His staff starves to death while Stern. Sterny
McChristie
Sternmeister.
Applebee's.
Sterny Sternster.
Stern dines on monkey brains that he kills himself. The privilege to kill a monkey yourself? An extra $8 grand.
How embarrassing. Wow.
Yeah, it'll be, then they cut to a quote like, you saying, yeah, it'll be fun. You bet it'll be fun.
Yeah, right. Like, I'm totally out of context.
Like you're talking about what they're talking about.
And then making me into an asshole because of it.
Like, you just answered the question, like, you going to enjoy yourself at the premiere tonight? Yeah, it'll be fun. You're saying no.
You'll be like, Stern makes sure to buy clothing made by the hands of children. who work illegally. And then I'll go, yeah, that'll be fun. Of course he thinks it's fun. He pays a whopping $7,000 a week to have his cock ass tweezed.
This evil bastard is having fun while you're not. He buys homeless people to use as human-sized chess pieces.
Eric the Midget, you're on the air in Sacramento.
Hello.
Hello.
Wait, if you listen real closely, you can hear the show screeching to a halt.
We were having too much fun.
Yesterday, if everybody listened closely, we could all hear the loud sound of you falling on your ass.
What is that, SF? Is that stupid fag?
I'm busy making $1,000 every 24 seconds, Eric. You better not slow this down.
Yeah, really, Eric. One of your phone calls, Howard makes $8,000.
Don't you cost him money?
Uh-oh, there's the disgusting Stern at his microphone, and there's the young J.D. Harmeyer.
Nicholas Nickleby Harmeyer.
J.D. Harmeyer makes a penny every 30 hours.
The Oliver Twist of the Stern Show.
What is it, J.D.?
No, I think he's calling in because he wants to know if you listen to a show. And
Hi.
You didn't tape a show?
No, I
what
know.
The fuck?
I woke up late. My sleep schedule got fucked up yesterday.
Your what schedule?
My sleep schedule.
Don't you have like a recorder or some kind?
Well, no, and I forgot to tell somebody about it. So.
JD.
Sorry, Eric.
He can't afford a recorder.
But he's got his country show tomorrow.
Oh, come on, J.D.
I'm sorry. I know.
Specifically for
I
that.
know. I fucked up.
While Stern plays in the Hamptons, J.D. Harmeyer lives in an abandoned mole hole in Brooklyn.
Les Miserables.
While J.D. Harmeyer barely speaks English, Stern enjoys the language all for himself.
While J.D.'s father, Chuck, drives a truck somewhere in the Midwest and calls Stern Show nonstop for some attention. His mother wants nothing to do with him. Does Stern care? No way.
Well, Stern did offer to fly his mother in.
Yeah.
Stern
Coach.
Eric, unfortunately, J.D. couldn't do his job last night and disappointed me, so I don't get to hear your show.
Well, hopefully he'll make it to the country music show tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. your time.
No chance. Bye.
Oh.
While Stern yells at J.D. Harmeyer, he's earned a whopping $25,000.
Perhaps it's time for another lesbian midget bitch. Make fun of that if you will, but it bought this estate for $800 million grand. Stern's laughing all the way to the bank.
While Artie Lang talks about Stern's money, Stern earned $800,000.
Who's the dope now, FCC chairman?
I will get his country show tomorrow.
No.
We don't want his country show.
I don't want any show.
Yeah, I don't want any show either.
We like his American Idol show.
It's the same show.
American Idol.
Oh.
Yeah.
That kid was annoying and had no talent.
Wow. Can't get enough of these updates. Annoying, no talent, remind you of anyone you know.
Yeah, you.
Wrong! Well, Artie makes $900 million grand to be the fat heroin sidekick. Eric toils away in some disgusting attic in the Northwest. Where he pays nurses up to $40,000 just to wipe his ass. They offered Eric $8,000 to star in a remake of Taxi Driver, but he said no due to prior commitments that wouldn't allow him to get a mohawk. Colin Quinn is now homeless.
You know what? Artie wasn't here when Eric agreed to all stipulations.
Ooh.
So there, take your 8 grand.
Wow. Fatty McFatstein wasn't there. The corpulent Tubbo took another sick day.
You're tripping over yourself.
Oh, and he gets hit with another low blow by Eric. But is he capable of any other kind of blow? No, because he's low.
All right, Eric. Well, thank you for the update.
Well, I also know who...
30 grand!
What?
Artie, shut up.
50 grand!
Go ahead, Eric. What did you want to say?
I was going to say that I know who ended up ratting me out about my eyebrows.
Nobody gives a rat's ass.
Oh, that's another thing you don't
Artie
know,
missed it. Artie, you want to have a good laugh? You missed this yesterday. We're looking at Eric, and we see he's... You want to have a good laugh? You missed this yesterday. We're looking at Eric, and we see he's wearing that hat real low like he is now.
Yeah.
So I go, what's going on with that hat? And it turns out he shaved his eyebrows because we were making fun of him. Eric, lift your hat up.
Come on, Eric. Oh, my God.
Oh,
dude, what are you doing?
That mustache is wild, too, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, now it's got, on the left side, it's got a little piece of hair. Then somewhere toward the middle is a piece of
I
hair.
haven't touched it.
It looks like
the
it's
left side
shaved.
has, I mean, it's a bad
look.
mustache.
There's a hole in the middle.
On our left.
Eric, that's the worst friggin' mustache.
You could only give half a mustache ride.
I think Eric... There you go.
It gets worse and worse for Eric the midget.
Yeah, get rid of that mustache, dude. It's not good.
Jeez, Eric.
Well, no sort of treatment seems to be working for poor Eric. Nikki and Paris Hilton look great.
All right, Eric, I got to go.
Well, you want to let me tell you who...
Bye, Eric. We love the update. Jason Castro. Good one. Back to obscurity for you.
Which was Cupcake Wednesday, so your mouth would be stuffed.
And I wish it was Cock Thursday, so you would have a cork in your mouth.
All right, Eric, quickly.
It was Johnny Frotto that ratted me out.
I don't know. Someone just handed me a note saying you had shaved your eyebrows.
It was you, Frotto. You broke my heart.
He actually told me that he did it.
Wow.
Oh, then you didn't do any great investigation. He just turned himself in.
Johnny turned himself in.
Sherlock Midget.
What exciting news.
Johnny ratted out Eric.
There's a 60-year-old man in California whose entire life is based around a midget. His father used to be a mob henchman who stole a rocket ship to let his son play with. And now his son pathetically deals with a midget on a daily basis.
Hey, fat ass, I'm sure he'll be pleased to hear that you aged him a few years. He's only in his 50s.
Oh, look out, Artie. There's a hit on your head for $5 grand.
All right, Eric. Thank you very much. By the way, I just got to say from that same wrap-up show, I know, Lisa, we're still doing the news, but Artie's so funny. Artie has this theory that I don't have to go to the emergency room if I hurt myself, that I have special doctors on call.
They'll come to you?
You were the celebrity that popped to my mind.
How the hell would I go to the emergency room?
Everybody has to go to the emergency room.
I've had experiences where they don't, Rob.
Oh.
If Howard gets sick, he's got to go. He doesn't go to like an emergency room. Where do celebrities go?
Celebrity hospital.
You know, it's like flying private.
I think I have no idea. You know what? I never thought about it.
You think there's like celebrity triage?
No, I think there is.
Is Howard going to St. Vincent's if he hits his eye?
I can't be seen in St. Vincent's. People see me there, they'll freak out. I've been to the emergency room so many times.
Yeah, remember when Beth hurt her ankle? They went to the emergency room, didn't they?
Yeah,
when Beth hurts her ankle, there's no emergency room.
No emergency room for her. She's whisked off to a remote island where celebrities are given special treatment. Price tag, $57 grand.
But that's just for the flight. when they get to Ibiza, it's not a regular hospital waiting room. It's the Four Seasons Resort. And this ain't no Ramada Inn. One night's 38 grand.
One night stay, 38 grand.
And that's if you don't use the minibar. One Toblerone bar costs 4 grand.
Howard's carried to the hospital on a 28-carat solid gold stretcher. Price tag, $400 million.
He gets Donna Karen to sew up his wound.
Howard's estate is now valued at 400 million grand.
Yeah, that's a lot of cake for the king of all media.
On premises, his own hospital.
He gets a real short black man to hold his lantern. Gary Coleman and Webster do different shifts.
Speaking of Gary Coleman, I got to play his divorce from TV.
Oh, he's getting a divorce now.
Yeah, I got to play it for you guys. I got to play it for you guys. Artie wouldn't go to a plastic surgeon for his eye because he thinks it's gay.
I didn't do that.
Listen to this.
No, people are telling me to go to a plastic surgeon. What am I, Joan Rivers? I don't think...
No, but you don't want to have a weird scar if it could be... It's easy enough to do.
What's he going to do? I mean,
he's going to stitch you up in a way that's not going to leave a scar. That's what they do for a living.
I'll tell you what, I might tell him to take off a chin or two while he's at it.
You know what? I'll tell you something. When Fred had that horrible accident at Scores, we were at the hospital the whole day, and it just so happened, by sheer luck, that there was a plastic surgeon there who, sewed up his chin, and it's a huge difference. It's, the difference between a scar, and these guys can do it so that there's no scar at all.
I go to plastic surgeon, follow it up with a fucking trip to Bloomies. No. And then maybe a Met game.
Artie, do you think it's gay to go to a plastic surgeon so that your eyes...
Yes, of course.
Do you really?
Here's a letter from the email. Oh, my God, what a great story. I literally burst out laughing in my office at work with Artie Stitch's story. The news story ranks right up there with the pig's head story. Great stuff, Artie. A couple more stories like this before you kill yourself would be greatly appreciated. That's very nice.
Buy my book, fucker.
Right.
That really
sorry.
is. That's depressing.
Yeah, that really does bum me out.
Well, she can take that $5,000 and retire.
Well, it sounds like what happened is that she probably got a severance package, and she has to say that she didn't. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because she's not coming out and saying that they forced her out. So she probably, if she doesn't say that...
Hopefully they paid her something.
Right.
I heard it's 30 grand.
He's unbelievably ugly. She's hot, and that means... 5 grand.
The principal gave her $1,000 for every 24 seconds.
She walked away with a severance package of $500. And what did the guy do? Did he make a good living? What did he do?
He couldn't afford her education, so I don't know that he made a...
I know he was very wealthy because his Hampton's rental was a whopping 800 grand.
A new record.
A new record. Sucker. Every time that VH1 special's on, it's like, Howard Stern is a big, fucking, ugly sucker.
Did someone say haggle? This guy doesn't even have it in his vocabulary.
Ask him any price and he'll pay it. Because he's a douche.
Like a dim-witted hippo.
He loves to overpay.
Like a disgusting...
Like a dim-witted giraffe.
Ask him for anything, he'll pay it.
Like a brick-minded horse, he'll pay anything.
He's so stupid.
He recently paid 40 grand for one shish kebab of Chilean sea bass.
And now it's time for another 2006 Splurge All-Star.
Splurge!
Star.
Howard Stern is a Jew, but he sure doesn't spend like one.
Can someone say, against stereotype?
And
This
now
Jew
it's
knows
time
how to
for
listen
another
to purse
2006 Splurge All-Star. Howard Stern. This past year, the king of all media was making a record-breaking salary off his Sirius radio show. $1,000 for every 24 seconds he talks.
You would have thought I invented the cure for polio, or I just invented cloning.
So you'd better believe...
Yeah, and that's just take some non-sequitur interview I did and
right.
plug it in there.
Yeah, you're laughing at everybody who gives you money or listens to you.
Right. That quote had nothing to do with the story, but it hardly matters. VH1's going to paint me the big major asshole who just randomly spends money on shit and, and has more, just like wildly spending
money every 24 seconds.
You know what was really a pathetic part of it?
Yeah.
The guy who owns Marquee, the big club, he has a place called Dune out there, I guess.
Yeah.
And all the pathetic schmucks, what they do to get in this fucking club. It's like, not just anyone gets into Dune. You better be rich, good-looking, or famous. A regular person can pay up to $4,000 just to get in the door.
But Nacho, the polo player, goes right through the door.
Right, but one of the coveted dance floor tables can run you $8,000. But if you want a magnum of Dom Perignon, that could be $16,000. And then they interview, like, the bitchy manager. We can make up to $40,000 off one table. It's crazy.
Howard Stern spends $40,000 on a table at Dune, while other peasants merely dream outside.
While you stand in line, he just waltzes past you.
And who goes to Dune? People better than you, like Jessica Biel.
Jessica Biel spends $800,000 a minute on her rental.
And guess what? She hates you.
He's spending a little. As a show of gratitude to his longtime radio sidekick, Robin Quivers, he bought her a $92,000
$92,000 car.
$SL500 Mercedes. But one measly luxury sedan, Howard was just getting warmed up.
It almost sounds like you're about to buy a fleet of cars.
Like I'm this brainless imbecile who's running around madly purchasing anything he can get his hands on.
The same day Robin got that car, J.D. Harmeyer was mugged on the PATH train.
Living to bloated excess while J.D. Harmeyer, his employee, starves on McFries.
J.D. Harmeyer had to turn over his iPod.
Yes.
To a black man on the subway.
To an African-American man who demanded it.
Howard Stearns has his own security force while J.D. rides the subway unattended.
And not just any security force. Ronnie Munn's services can run to up to $8,000 an hour. While Robin was driving one of her 11 cars into work, Richard Christie sat in a homeless man's diarrhea.
J.D. Harmeyer was run over by Robin's car, gifted to Howard Stern for $80,000.
A mere speed bump for Robin, as she was going to get a coffee enema at Starbucks.
How come Robin's never on those shows with her wild
I'm not a splurge all-star.
A splurge all-star. Flying first class with Jimmy Florentine.
Kiss my cunt.
To get a rap.
Building a lavish summer home in the Hamptons. The New York beach getaway for stars like Katie Couric and Jerry Seinfeld.
Yeah, I'm romping around with Katie Couric and
Lucky you.
And Jerry Seinfeld.
Yeah,
they sound like so much fun.
They're all together. And if you think Jerry Seinfeld's wife doesn't chip in, her book is made $5,000.
Lisa G, did you want to wrap up your news?
Yes, I do, because I have a lot to do. But thank you. Have a nice
Lisa G has a lot to do. And the G stands for grand.
Lisa Grand.
Lisa Grand.
Stands for gold digger.
Look at the... Whoa. Yeah. Look at the ass on Lisa G.
All right, that's enough. All right, thank you.
Her shameless flirting with corpulent Tubbo sidekick Artie R.
Are you flirting with him for real?
No. I paid him a nice compliment.
She just accepted dinner with me. I think that's...
I did?
Yeah.
No, I did not.
I
said I'm not going to New Jersey.
That's
even if Artie sends a limo for you?
Even if I send you a $28,000 limo?
No.
Artie's limo is worth $28,000.
What about the keys to that $8,000 chastity belt you locked on in the 4th grade?
It's studded with diamonds.
Not anybody can get in that chastity belt. Only Ed Lover and Dr. Dre. Half of the Wu-Tang Clan for Lisa, because they make a boatload of money while Artie toils on the road telling dick jokes for an estimated $70,000.
So, Lisa, even if, like, Dominic was calling in, actually, to offer you his limo to go to Artie's, but you don't want to be delivered like fast food.
What is this
Artie gets everything else delivered to his house.
Right. If you want to just have dinner one night after work, that's fine.
What is this
No big deal.
What is this anti-Jersey sentiment, though? Like,
that's not it.
Yes, that's what you said. I don't go to Jersey.
After the first date, you'll travel?
No. No.
So... All right, well, whatever. Leave it.
I mean, like, all right. It's strictly Manhattan for Lisa G.
After work.
Strictly Manhattan.
She won't slum in New Jersey.
Do you believe John Hines' claim that he even had 34 blowjobs in that short span of time?
I don't believe he went to Michigan's University of Michigan.
Seriously.
I didn't give them a reel. It's not so much about that. It's about the ideas and the motivation and energy that I can bring to the table, and also my management skills.
Management skills? What management skills do you have? We hired you. You were a fucking intern.
We have a staff of 30 people producing your television show.
You have management skills?
Half your staff has management skills. Ganji, Doug.
Ganji has management skills.
Ganji couldn't manage to tape...
Guys, Ganji puts out 600 shows.
For people.
We produce over 600 shows a year.
All right. I just didn't know you had management skills.
You have to motivate people to do that. You have to motivate a staff. You have to motivate a technical crew.
I'll tell you, we give motivation. Don't pay them. They'll be motivated plenty. Don't let them eat for a week.
I love you guys. I'm sad. I mean, I'm.
And you're bald.
It's bittersweet.
No one.
We watched you lose your hair.
Look at the energy.
That's why I'm sad. I'm bald.
No one brings the kind of energy to the table Isaac Mark does.
Did you ever think
that's worth at least $50,000 a week?
Very energetic.
I was energetic.
You're so peppy. Everyone around you is so peppy.
It's like a shot of adrenaline when Isaac Mark walks into the room.
Energy. The whole room lights up when Isaac Mark arrives.
He's the human Red Bull drink.
They hired him for his energy.
Yes, and when he's in the middle of energizing everybody, he's able to take it back and manage them as well.
Not only does he have great ideas that are worth $50,000, he knows how to manage those ideas and people.
This guy writes. He manages. He energizes. He's got it all. He's a triple threat. And he comes cheap. Cheap? No kidding. $80,000 a week.
What's the place? Ketchup?
It's the direct opposite of what you're doing right now.
All right, Mariah Carey and Nick Cannon, all right? It was a big surprise to people that they were getting married. And you know the reason for the big surprise? They just met 6 weeks ago.
Yeah, well, she's an imbecile. That's no surprise. Wasn't she running around her mother's backyard naked?
Is she white or black? What's her deal?
She's
supposedly
in the middle,
black.
Somewhere.
Somewhat. She's white, trust me. There's no black in her.
She just married a black guy.
Yeah,
There's
that was
black
shocking.
in her now.
She really goes for blacks.
Yeah.
Big time.
But they said it was love at first sight. They met 6 weeks ago somewhere. And now they're married.
Yeah, you hot.
And I mean, had a big wedding in the Caribbean somewhere.
The first report was that there was no prenuptial, but she says anybody who thinks I didn't sign a prenuptial is an asshole.
Is Nick Cannon the host of Wild and Out?
I don't know, but someone told me he's famous.
It could be. Show. Yeah, he has some shows on MTV.
You want to see an annoying fucking show. It's like hip-hop improv comedy.
Uh-huh.
It's just, you'll want to blow up the studio. Find out where they're doing the show.
Can you imagine?
Go blow it up. It's so annoying.
Is he lame?
Yeah, they're just all like, okay, a situation, you a dentist, and and they just like try to do mother jokes, and the whole audience yells. It's so dumb.
Can you imagine knowing someone 6 weeks and marrying him? Like, what is the rush? You know, the first 8 weeks is always great of any relationship.
Well, yeah, they're still getting to know each other.
I mean, what a retarded fucking thing. Know someone 6 weeks and then marry them.
You don't believe in love at first sight?
Fine, so be in love. No. See if it lasts a year.
Right. Why do you have to marry that person, Artie?
I don't do it.
She's so desperate. 6 weeks she knows this cat and she's
what's
married
his
him?
problem? You're calling her desperate.
Oh, he smells money. Mariah Carey money? You know how much that bitch is worth?
Oh. It's all about the money.
Absolutely.
You know, guy, I think he has money, though, that kid.
He does. I keep trying to tell him.
You don't have Mariah Carey money. There's money and then there's money. He spends $50,000 every minute.
Nick Cannon's got money, but not like Mariah.
Mariah wastes money. She gets her toenails painted for an amazing whopping $25 million a week.
And when she speaks to her little lamb fans, she does it in fashion.
Right, on a gold-plated phone.
A phone worth $20,000.
And Mariah makes $20,000 every 10 seconds and wastes incredible amounts of money on Hampton's rentals at a whopping $800,000 for 1 month. Or $75,000 an hour.
I don't know how much this costs. You could probably tell us. On April 25th, Cannon, who is 27, what is Mariah? 39. 39. Proposed to the singer on the rooftop of her Manhattan apartment with a 17-carat pink diamond ring.
Holy shit.
Her ring alone is worth $250,000.
17 carats. My head's going to explode.
While the rest of you have to make do with 5 carats. Mariah Carey has 17 carats. Bugs Bunny himself only had 8 carats.
What? I know you're all asking, what bank did Nick Cannon rob?
But there you go. The lovebirds are already considering having children.
They're already considering spending $70,000 every 20 seconds on a gold bidet.
And speaking of marriage...
Their kids are going to be washed with gold-plated soap.
You realize that Jenna Bush is getting married on Saturday?
Bush.
But it does keep talking about this wedding. Nobody cares. It's a small ceremony. Won't be in the White House. They'll have 200 of their closest family and friends down in Texas for the wedding.
Jenna Bush.
Xin chào tất cả mọi người. Và hôm nay bên em lại về một chiếc xe Hyundai Accent, xe sản xuất 2018 bản 1.4 số tự động, phiên bản màu đen. Accent là một trong những dòng của Hyundai bán rất là chạy, phân khúc hạng B, cạnh tranh trực tiếp với Vios, và là một trong những dòng mà tôi đánh giá là form dáng cũng rất là đẹp, giá cả phải chăng. Con xe này thì số tự động, phụ nữ hay đàn ông đều đi được. Đấy. Tuy nhiên chiếc xe này thì giá rẻ ra thị trường mấy chục triệu, bởi vì
Bye.